I wanted to address somebody's question the other day. It's something that I've questioned before. This is like, okay. So you get all these readings. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about like just readings from readers in general. You get all these readings and they say all these positive things. This is going to happen and that's going to happen and all these wonderful yes, yes, yes in the cards. And then you don't see anything. And it says he wants to call you. He's got plans to do this and he's gonna do this. And then because of this, he's gonna like. There's a whole story to it, right? Let me just tell you that the tarot is correct. The tarot always, or tarot, or however you want to pronounce it, it is always the truth underlying however they're acting, whatever they're doing, whatever they're not doing. It's like the ultimate truth of the heart of the matter. Now I have had, and I did this video, I was going to explain, I did this video earlier, and I had it in combination with another one. I decided to split them up. So, yeah, two different subjects, and I was flying through it too fast. So, all right. So here we are on this subject again. I have had readings where I've had both of the people sitting in front of me, and I do like that quick relationship spread that I have on my website. I've done the quick relationship spread on him and on her, right, with both of them right there. And they completely vouch for 100% accuracy, okay? That's with them sitting right there. I have seen time and again, things like if they just lied to you, then the lie card will come up in that moment or that day or around that time. Because you're tapping into, you're like, so what's going on? He just did this to me and blah, blah, blah. So it'll actually, the events that are happening between the two of you will actually show up in the cards. So in the heart of the matter, he loves you. In the heart of the matter, he wants to drive it forward. Now, keep in mind that truth never changes. Okay, no matter how many spreads you get, there's not going to be a time when the guy just says, with the relationships that I'm dealing with, the true love relationships, it doesn't go away. You're not going to check it one day and it's going to be like, oh, he decided to, although he may do that. He may actually go marry somebody else, but you're still always going to be on his mind. You're always going to be there, and he's always going to be trying to drive forward to you. Now, whether he wants to take a detour and waste his time, he might decide to do that, but eventually he's going to steer right back to you. It's just a matter of how long it takes him to realize his self-worth and his value, okay? You could experience those positive cards for years. For years, looking like they're about to call you, or they're about to do something, or they're about to show up, or they're about to, So it is pretty encouraging though when you see that they just lied to you and then the lie card shows up, or he just did something that really hurt your feelings and you see sorrow in his heart, or you did something that directly correlates in the physical world shows up in the cards, and this happens all the time. So like I'm just saying, don't question the cards, you guys. And I don't care what's shown. Oh my God, I hear it all the time, you guys. But he's not even talking to me. And there's good reason for that. There's a video, The Divine Masculine's Ultimate Test, will explain why they're not speaking to you. But it really is not it's not as simple as that. And not only that, but if you doubt it, you guys have to keep in mind mirroring. If you doubt the connection, or if you're like splitting a lot of different things can happen in there in terms of the energy. Just remember, you're always mirroring. So I had this one feminine who's constantly like, well, I saw a picture of this, so it made me doubt that. Or I saw this, so it made me this. And it's like, if you guys are being like that, then that's just really codependent energy. And that's going to make him really indecisive too. And it's going to make him feel the same way. Well, but she did this, but she did that. But what happened, So it's going to make both of you doubt everything. It's going to make everything slower. Plus, If you doubt or if you're skeptical about the reading, that also puts a blockage in there too, in terms of even how he'll respond to you or when he'll show up. Your skepticism pushes them away. Your codependency pushes them away. The more that you guys can work on some kind of form of self-development or personal growth, the easier you're going to make it for your divine masculine to come forward. So believe in him or the law of attraction and keep your faith and keep positive, and that is the name of the game. This is not about being able to be with that person. It is about your personal growth. The more you grow, the closer you get to the target. Okay? And also, they do have free will. And anytime they can just be like, this is too much for me. This is too hard. I'm not gonna do it. And when they do that, you have other options that'll start coming through. But however, you'll probably still see that masculine who opted out is still in love with you, is still thinking about you, is still settling for other people. So let me just be here to reassure you that no matter what they're doing and what they're saying on social media or what the heck is going on, it doesn't even matter. Just look at the cards and believe the cards, believe in the cards, believe a reader like me, especially somebody who is on the twin flame journey, somebody who understands the ups and downs and the way they act, the way they have to mature, the challenges that they have to overcome. Somebody who understands all of that stuff. Now, if you go to, and I've said this before, but if you go to a psychic that doesn't know what they're talking about, some of them even know about people like me, and they'll pretend, oh, I know all about twin flames, and it's like they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue, you guys. You can't just go willy-nilly trusting any psychic. Because there are some that would say, oh, well, don't go with that one. Don't go with that one that's not even responding to you. Go with the one that's coming at you. Well, the one that's coming at you is most likely a karmic. They could be a psychopath, a sociopath, a total narcissist. Now, your masculine may have narcissistic tendencies, but he's ultimately a sweetheart. He's ultimately got a really good heart. So he's just, insecure or feels you could do better or all that typical, like, not feeling worthy stuff. I'm also not saying to wait around for that person either. But what I am saying, I guess, ultimately is just really stay in the moment and surrender and give up. And if you have to give it a reading now and again, to just be like, how did this affect him? How did that affect him? Or, we just had a conversation. How's he feeling? That would be a good time to check in or something like that. But believe in the law of attraction above anything else. It's like, whether you're going to be with that original divine masculine or a soul flame or whatever the hell labels you want to put on it, just believe that if you stay in a high vibration, not only is that high vibration going to bring the right person to you, but the high vibration is also going to help your partner come to you. And it's also going to, what was I going to say? It's also going to help you have the ability to stick with them. If you guys are, so many of you are like so worried about the way things look, you got to get past that, because that's just so codependent. And I have a video called Codependency if you want to look that up. But it's very codependent, and what that means is you are heavily relying on everything to look a certain way in order for you to feel okay. There are a lot of illusions in this world. There are a lot of ways that the masculine, when they're immature and when they're insecure, that they will flat out lie to you and just say that they only want to be friends and they never want more than that and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, don't let that fool you. You can't let that fool you. And you have to learn how to take personal responsibility. You have to know how to self-soothe, period. This person can come right into your life right now like that knight in shining armor, and you're just going to push him away, feeling undeserving of his love. If you don't learn how to take care of yourself, how to take care of your own feelings. So what's the use? Why check spread after spread after spread after spread if you're not doing any work on yourself. They're just going to get with you and then they're going to run away again. It's just what happens. So use some tools to be working on yourselves, you guys. And that's, staying focused on yourself, staying focused on your life purpose, staying focused on what makes you happy, and then just checking in with the cards, letting it go. That's the healthy way to treat this. Keeping your options open, yet having faith in that person. All of it. Just stay balanced, basically. Just stay really balanced. Try to stay in the moment as best you can. And trust the cards above all else. Yeah, a lot of you feminines too, like, you'll go into all of this doubt of why they don't like you. You'll list a million reasons. Oh, but we have this big age difference, but we believe differently, or we work in entirely different parts of the world, or we live in different parts of the world, we work in different industries. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. The masculine does the same thing, you guys. That's why he gets scared. You guys are both doing the same thing. So calm your fears and you will help him calm his fears. Remember that mirroring thing. Work on yourself. Have faith in the connection despite how anything looks. And just keep your blinders on and just go forward into what feels best for you. What makes you happy? What makes you feel passionate? What excites you? When you get like aligned, I guess you could call it, when you get aligned like that, everything just starts coming in. Oh, there was something I was going to say earlier that came to me. Hang on a second. Well, I was going to say, like, this actually isn't what I was going to say. This is something else, though, but oh, notice the clean slate behind us, too. New year. I just took out a couple candles just to make it real basic and simple, because we're starting fresh. We're starting all over again. Brand new beginnings. Now we can fill up the space with whatever we want, right? So that's where we're at in these relationships, too. It's like a fresh new start. Like, where do we want to go with this, Oh, okay. So here's the thing to keep in mind, too. You don't want anything for anyone that they don't want for themselves. And if they're too scared to embrace it, or whatever the issue is, if something else is a priority for them or whatever at this time, wish for them what they want. Be unconditionally loving, many of you are. But just want for them what they want for them. That's what makes you different than karmic people that they end up getting with sometimes. Those people look really good, but they don't really care about them really deep inside like we do. So want for them what they want for them. And if that's not you right now, let it go. You got something better coming in if you've been being in that. If you've been practicing the law of attraction, you got something incredible coming in anyway. So I know some of you just got really triggered by that. But honestly, it's the most healthy thing that you can do, and the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to just stay open. Stay open and love him enough to want for him what he wants for him. And then you want for you what you want for you, unless it doesn't want you back. Or at least it seems that way anyway. On the surface. Anything else that you guys need to know about that? I don't know. If you guys have any questions after I say all this, if you have any questions, just put them down below and I'll do my best to comment back and let you know, from my experience, whatever you need to know. I'll do my best to answer you back. But yeah, make sure that you don't, sometimes some of you guys go to psychics that end up making you feel like super confused. And a lot of these psychics are just pulling information out of thin air, and they're just like they're being biased with their own jadedness in relationships. So really go to somebody with a really open mind Just made me think. The other day, now you really do have to keep a very, very open mind with this job. And I had to help somebody navigate whether they were going to be a dominatrix or not. Okay. And in my job, I have to just be as pure-hearted as I can be, as non-judgmental as I can be. I have to listen to everybody share their story, and I genuinely, completely, 100% support them, how they are, and where they are. I mean, you got to be that way when you're doing readings. You can't say, well, I don't believe in that or any of that stuff. You can't be that way. So go to someone who's going to be genuinely supportive of you and unbiased. And trust me, is what the other thing I was going to say. I do not give good news all the time. You guys know that. Many of you know that. I will tell you whether I feel like there's some cheating going on or whether there's somebody else on the scene. I will tell you whether I'll tell you whatever I see there. So believe me, I'm not just giving positive readings. So the way that I read the cards is I read all the positive and all the negative in there. I show the insecurities. I show what they're trying to overcome. I show all of it, you guys. Somebody was like, oh, I think you got my energy mixed up with somebody else. I was like, I don't do that. And then she started to explain, and I said, well, the reason that you think that I got them mixed up is because one guy's saying one thing and the other guy's saying the other thing. And I just looked at her and said, don't you know? These guys like lie through their teeth. Trust the cards. Trust the cards. Do not listen to what I was like, you're listening to what he's telling you? And she's like, oh. She starts laughing. I was like, well, that's ridiculous. You never listen to what they're telling you, because what they're telling you is almost like, I don't even know what the percentage would be, but they lie a lot in the insecure stages. Now, when they're more mature, they can start admitting they have feelings, and they can start just being like, okay. And even if they are scared, they would admit that they're scared. They'd be, oh, this is really intense. I don't know really how to handle this. I kind of have to acclimate to this. This is like, whoa. So, yeah. Believe the cards. That might be the name of this reading. Believe the cards. And just know that those energies, also timelines, are very malleable. Malleable meaning fluid. So your guy may feel like right now, like he wants to get on the phone and call you right now. And it may show all over the cards. Oh my gosh, action, action, action. He's about to call. He's about to do that. And then nothing. Why didn't he call? Then you might see the cards and there's all this disappointment. And then, but what happens is they chose not to in that moment. They just weren't ready. They weren't ready. They were scared or whatever it was. And they let some kind of doubt creep in or something. And it kept them from reaching out to you. That's just life, you guys. And it can go on like that for a really, really long time, unfortunately. So just work on you, focus on you, let it go as best you can. And, check in every once in a while to just get a little encouragement or you can, okay, this is so crazy. Oh my God. So there have been masculines who even go and get married to somebody else, but their cards on their wedding day to the karmic person that they decide to go with, they're already planning on how to get rid of the person that they just married because they're in love with you. I'm telling you guys. And then it happens. And then I see them leave their wife a little bit down the road. Trust the cards. The cards are showing that they want to come to you and they don't want to go toward that other person. Sometimes they feel like they have to because their family convinced them of it, or all kinds of things happen, but their love for you will not change. Now, whether it takes them too long to get to you and you end up going out with, somebody else is a totally different thing. That's up to you guys, whether you want to do that. So, and what video do I talk about that in? The divine masculines will be victorious. Just put in my name and put Amy Satori in with the word victorious, and you'll be able to watch my new theory on true love counterparts. So more information to watch, more fun stuff to watch. And definitely, you guys, go back through my playlist called Talks About Life. So many of you guys ask me questions that I've already addressed, and which is fine, but it's so much better if you'll just go through the Talks About Life, because I take a talk like this and I just talk it up, and I just talk and talk and talk about everything to be covered on that subject, and in a shorter video. So it's really nice to be able to just be like, okay, so should I call him or should he call me? Well, let me look in Amy's Talks About Life and see if it's in there. In the meantime, you might be browsing through something and be like, oh, I discovered this video on how to choose a good psychic. Let me click that one. So it could help you in even more areas than you even realize. So definitely check that out too. Okay, so have a lovely day, you guys, and it was nice chatting at you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.